Hello, everybody, and welcome. Since we changed tactic in the face of certain relegation, we've only lost one of our last 7 games, picking up 11 points. Today, we face a tough test, though, as we take a trip to Anfield to face the mighty Liverpool, and then welcome neighbours Bournemouth to the new Bob Lucus Stadium. Welcome along. Hello, it's a warm welcome to episode number 131 from the bottom to the top as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 more games. It's the Premier League match days 14 and 15. It's a trip to Anfield as we face Liverpool and the mighty Liverpool, and then Bournemouth come along the coast a little bit. So it's about just over 2 hours. Over an hour journey along the A35 to Weymouth for match day 15 in the Premier League, and we'll see how we get along. And it's just nice to pick up some points along the way today to add to our ongoing target. Let's have a quick look and just see how we are set going into today's games. Have been played. Perhaps I should bring you up to date with those first, if I can work out how to do it. It's almost like I've lost my way. Right, the thing was, I think at the end of the last episode, there was still games in hand for a lot of the teams around us. Well, those games in hand have been used up now. And I can tell you that everybody's on 13 games played. And this round of games that's equalled it up is Chelsea have beaten Tottenham by 1-0 in the London derby. Arsenal continue to stay top by virtue of a 1-0 win over our second opponents of the episode, Bournemouth. Fulham have beaten Blackburn by 3-1. Leicester have beaten Brighton 2-0. Sunderland have beaten Brentford 3-1. West Ham and Leeds played out a 0-0 draw. Man United still going okay. 3-2 winners over Newcastle, and Crystal Palace losing 1-0 to high-flying Aston Villa, which leaves the table looking like this as we go into today's episode. Arsenal top by a point over Chelsea and Aston Villa, both on 30 points, separated by goal difference. There's a 4-point gap then down to Manchester United, who are in 4th place. Manchester City are in 5th on 23, some 3 points adrift of their Manchester rivals. And Newcastle are currently in 6th on 22. Liverpool 7th on 21. Brighton, just outside the European places, are 8th on 18 points. Fulham have leapfrogged us by virtue of that 3-1 win over Blackburn. And it does mean, because they were on 14 points, it does mean that we have slipped down to 12th, which isn't too bad, still mid-table-ish. But the other news is we're 6 points clear of Bournemouth, who are aligned in 18th place. So we're 2 wins away from that area at the moment. And then our second opponents of today's episode, Bournemouth, as I say, are in 18th place. So it's a 6-pointer there. Southampton are 19th on 10 points. Brentford still lay on the bottom on 7 points, 4 points adrift of Blackburn, who are sitting on the trapdoor. There is some more news that I need to tell you about, and that is there has been the draw for the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Before we look at the schedule and find out who or how that fits into the schedule, let's go and have the draw with Passmark. Hello, yes, you join me for the Emirates FA Cup 3rd round draw. 67 teams into the hat for 32 matches. And this is the stage, of course, that the Premier League and Championship sides join the competition. The holders are Arsenal. The favourites are Arsenal. And, well, I wouldn't worry too much about that right at the moment, unless we draw them in the third round, of course. Okay, so we're underway, and we can start the draw. There are the teams below. There are 3 ties that have still to be sorted out from the second round. Walsall and Milton Keynes Dons, Rotherham and Leyton Orient, Swindon Town and Hartlepool. So first out, Rochdale of League One will face Wolves of the Championship. Queen's Park Rangers, believe the Championship. They are. Will face Barnsley of League One. Stockport County in League Two will face Weymouth. So we're a trip up country to the northwest, where we will play Stockport County in that. Let's carry on with the draw. Manchester United will play Wimbledon. Sunderland will play Ipswich Town. Fulham will play Brighton. An all Premier League tie, that one. Manchester City are at home to Plymouth. Newcastle United are at home to Chelsea, all Premier League. Bristol City will be playing at Ashton Gate. They will face Norwich, also of the Championship. An all Championship tie. Wrexham, are they in the Championship by now? And League One still in this sphere. They will play Aston Villa, going well, of course, in the Premier League. Oxford United will play West Ham. Hartlepool or Swindon Town will face Coventry if they get through the second round. Southampton will be at home to Hull City. Portsmouth will play Leicester. Tottenham are at home to Brentford, an all London tie there. All Premier League London tie. Walsall or Milton Keynes Dons will face Burnley. Burnley have a trip down country into the Midlands. Blackburn will stay in Lancashire and they will play Everton, just a trip down the M6. Bolton will play Swansea City. Leeds United at home to Tranmere Rovers. Tranmere Rovers of the National League. The lowest side out so far that I've seen. Notts County will play Birmingham. Nottingham Forest, presume of the Championship, yeah, will play West Brom, also of the Championship. Middlesbrough will play Derby County, both of the Championship. Preston will play Stoke. Lots of Championship ties coming out here. Bournemouth of the Premier League will play Luton Town, also of the Championship. Charlton will play Sheffield United. Crystal Palace are at home to Cardiff City. Wigan will play Watford. Fleetwood Town will play Peterborough. Liverpool of the Premier League will face Bradford City. Millwall will face Crawley Town. Huddersfield will face Forest Green Rovers. Leyton Orient or Rotherham will face Arsenal. They face the cup holders in that one. That's going to be a tough match. And there we go. There is the draw for the third round of the FA Cup. We are away to Stockport County. And just go down through the teams here just so you can see your favourite team. You can pause it wherever. And last drawn out, Arsenal right out at the end of the draw will play Leyton Orient or Rotherham. A good tie. And yes, indeed, the draw has pit us against Stockport County in the third round. And, well, we face them on the first Saturday of January. And we'll be looking to try and get through to the fourth round if we can. I don't know if have we played Stockport County before on our way up through? We have. We've played them a few times. 2 friendlies. Beat them 2-1 on both occasions at the old Bob Lucas. And then we beat them at the Bob Lucas in League One, 3-2 on that occasion. And Well, pardon me. The one other time that we've played them at their place, that was back in 2029, only last year, February last year. Yeah, nearly 2 years ago, when we played them in League One and beat them 5-1 on that occasion. O'Grady, Mackin, Adamson, Patterson and Jefferson, the scorers on that day. So we'll see. We'll see. Today, though, we're back to where we are. Liverpool currently in 7th place. It's match day 14 in the Premier League. Liverpool, we've never played before in this series. So let's go and find out whether we can get a result at Anfield. It's going to be hard. And you come back and join us. Here is the team that will face Liverpool in this Premier League match day 14. Fedorchenko continues in goal. Olsen, Joe and De Bayo are defensive line. Joe coming back in after his suspension. Pedersen is on the left wing back. Tanner comes in on the right. That is for the suspended. Whoever, Russell Denny and O'Grady Mackin continue in that defensive midfield. Emre and Twine continue as the attacking midfield. Wakachu leads the attack today because Phil Seeger's well out of form despite having scored 4 goals this season. He's not firing all cylinders, and I think as we fast approach the transfer window, I think we've been looking for a new striker, somebody who can chunk away and pop away some goals if we can. The bench then looks like this. It's Winterbottom, G, Patterson, Sager, Armitage, Derry, Batty, Holman and Aponte. And here we are at Anfield. We've won 3 of our last 5, drawn the other 2. Oh, sorry, they have won 3, drawn 2. They're playing a 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder. We've won 2, drawn 2, lost 1 of our last 5. Liverpool are 7th on 21. We are 12th on 16. Can we cause an upset today? First highlight comes 5 minutes in. Alexander-Arnold to Neves. Doak, we let him run and he's not going to take a shot. Ito. And Ito's been brought down in the penalty area. We're not giving away a penalty here, are we? I think he will do it. It's definitely a penalty. Yeah. Fedorchenko. Can he be a Colossus? McAllister against him. No, he can't. It's gone the wrong way. And it's 1-0 on 6 minutes. 7th goal of the season for Alexis McAllister. In front of the cop. And he wasn't ever going to miss that. 29 minutes on the clock. Tanner with a throw into De Bayo. De Bayo to O'Grady Mackin. O'Grady Mackin through to Gorkay. Gorkay finds Twine. Twine back to O'Grady Mackin. Tanner. Tanner's only the attack. He's had a shot. And I think he's gone for a corner. I wasn't too sure that it was going in. Manchester City taking the lead against Bournemouth. Gorkay swings it in near post. Nobody there though. Tanner. Oh, it's Twine he's pulled it back for O'Grady Mackin. I thought he was going to take a shot. They have a corner. Alexander-Arnold swung in. It's not headed away. And they've scored a second. Nico. And it was Ito that provided that. And we go 2 down on 35 minutes. We've held them for about half an hour. It was headed away. Too many players in a cluster there. Nico is waiting sort of halfway in. And by the time he got it, he swung it in. I do suggest that Jones was causing an obstruction on the basis that Fedorchenko couldn't really see it coming in. Olsen to Twine, 37 on the clock. Twine swings it out to O'Grady Mackin. O'Grady Mackin out to Tanner, who's out wide. Tanner crosses this deep, looking for Pedersen. Twine! Oh dear, he just missed that. It was almost behind him. Tanner has the ball. De Bayo. And I think the highlight has gone. Chance goes begging to bring it back to 1 goal. ball in by Pedersen. Twine, it took a deflection, didn't it? And Wakachu couldn't get away because Becker was defending well. Pedersen has a throw in on this near side. Russell Denny back to Pedersen. Pedersen crosses it, but Becker comes and collects. Thrown out to Antonio. And they come attacking. Oh, McAllister's in. McAllister tries to chip the goalkeeper, but it's gone out for a goal kick. And through the lines, broke us down very easy. McAllister was in, pushed wide by the defender, Joe. And Fedorchenko seeing it over the top. And half-time has arrived, and we've been the poor relation in this so far. Liverpool had 7 shots, 4 on target, 1.55, 49% of the possession. McAllister from the penalty spot after 6. Nico doubling their lead on 35. We've had 3 shots, 2 on target, 0.76 and 51% of the possession. We're just unlucky that we didn't get to convert one of those chances just to keep it very, very close. See if we can get back into it in the second half. And we have a highlight from the start. Gakpo is on for McAllister at half-time. Neves goes out wide. And they're on the attack straight away. Doak crosses this ball in. Rio! And makes it... Sorry, it's not Rio. It's Ito. And he makes it 3-0 right after half-time. Southampton beating Leicester by 4-1 as well. Doak forced into the corner, but still got his shot away. Well, not his shot, but his cross. And Ito, plenty of time. 49 o'clock. We have a corner. Joe, Olsen, De Bayo. Tanner giving the ball away. And they're going to come forward now, aren't they? Gakpo through to Doak. It was a lovely through ball. Nico trying to keep him out. And we're struggling here. Big time. Alexander-Arnold chips that one back for Nico. Evans. And it's gone wide. And with nearly 60 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes at this juncture in time. Wakachu is off. He's had a poor day out there. Phil Seeger replaces him as somebody else that's not had a good day either. We've replaced George Tanner with Jesse Derry. We've changed formation very, very slightly. Gone to more of a midfieldy play. Let's see if we can get anything out of this formation. 72 on the clock. Fedorchenko to Olsen. Russell Denny. Russell Denny goes out wide to Pedersen. Pedersen inside to Goke, but Goke not controlling that in the slightest. Alexander-Arnold goes all the way back to Becker. And Marsa through the lines. And, not closing that down at all. And we've won that ball back. Goke. Sega comes forward with the ball. Twine now. Can Twine put this away? He can. Oh, second goal of the season for Scott Twine. And on 73, we've got a goal back. Change of formation. And, well, it was well worked. Won that in defence. Sega skipping the tackle. And Twine definitely chipping Becker to make it 3-1. And with 76 minutes on the clock, having got a goal back, we're going to try something else. We have made 2 more changes. Reece Russell-Denny's not had a good day in that midfield. He's replaced by Billy G. And then we've also replaced Mads Pedersen on that left side and replaced him with Travis Patterson. We are in the 6th minute of 6 added on. Not got any more goals. No more highlights either. And it's looking like a loss Well, it is going to be a loss. We're not going to score two. De Bayo, though, it'd be quite nice to get one more back, make it 3-2. Look very good, and also not punch too much of a hole in our goal difference. Patterson to Olsen. Olsen finds O'Grady Macken. O'Grady Macken finds Gorkay. Or Gokay. Patterson. Gokay. Oh, and he's given the ball away. Gokay's not had a good day out there today. And De Bayo had that ball, but a good save by Fedoshenko. It's gone for a corner if the referee allows it. We are in the 7th minute of 6 added on. And it may all be over. That ball, Gokay giving it away. De Bayo got his foot in. But it was Shabozil that got it back. There is time for the corner. Shabozil. That's what his name is pronounced. Southampton beating Leicester by 5-1. He's headed in, and they've got a 4th goal. Question whether he was offside or something else going on there. Neves is the scorer. And it has punched a hole in our... yeah, it's a goal. And that will be the final. Yeah, nothing you could do about that. Well, we knew it was going to be a toughie at Anfield against Liverpool, and so it was. 19 shots. They had 10 of which on target, 3.41. We had 8 shots, 5 on target, 1.35. 47% of possession against their 53. We've been outplayed, and it was to be expected, really. And we've taken a bit of a thrashing, which has punched another hole in our goal difference. Well, a hard day at the office and another 4-1 loss. The rest of the games mean that Arsenal stay top. They've got a 3-point gap now over Aston Villa. Beat Blackburn by 2-0. Aston Villa only managing a draw against Tottenham 3-3. Manchester City, they don't move. They are in 5th after beating Bournemouth by 2-0. Brentford are on par pretty much with the teams around them now. Leicester and Blackburn on 11. Bournemouth just above them on 10, just separated by goal difference after a 2-0 win over Fulham. Brighton beating Crystal Palace by 2-1. And Manchester United beating Chelsea 3-1 to force Chelsea down into 3rd place. Just a point adrift of Manchester United now at the top of that table. Near the bottom, as I said, Blackburn lost 2-0 to Arsenal. Bournemouth, they were 2-0. They lost 2-0 to Manchester City, and Brentford, as we've already said, beating Fulham by 2-0. Biggest score of the day was Southampton beating Leicester by 6-1. They move up into 15th place on 13 points. They are 3 points adrift of us, and that gap is closing. We are still 5 points off of that drop zone, but we don't need to have a run of losses. We need to start to pick up some wins. So after that first game of the episode, Arsenal top on 34, then come Aston Villa on 31, Chelsea on 30, Manchester United on 29. That's the Champions League places. Manchester City then 3 points adrift of Manchester United on 26. Newcastle just behind them on 25. And Liverpool are 7th on 24, with Brighton just outside the European places on 21. At the other end, we are currently 13th now on 16 points, a minus 11 goal difference. But below us, we have 3 teams on 11 points, West Ham, Leicester and Blackburn, and 2 teams on 10 points, Bournemouth and Brentford. Bournemouth, our next opponents, of course. Right, we have 3 days to the game against Bournemouth. So with tired legs, we need to freshen up a little bit. We have played Bournemouth before, played them twice, both in the Championship last season, as it turned up, because they came up with us, if you remember. 4-1 victors at the old Bob Lucas Stadium. On that occasion, it was Wakachu getting a hat-trick and Travis Patterson for their the consolation goal for them on 70 minutes. And then when we played them at the Vitality Stadium or Steve Fletcher Park or whatever it's called now, goals from De Bayo and Nzingo in the space of 2 minutes in the first half. gave us a victory 2-0. Similar result today as the 4-1 would be very good, because not only would we get 3 points, it would also shove the goal difference out the window as well a little bit. We'll be back on match day with any news. And you come back on match day and join us 7th of December. And we are playing the evening game, the 7:45 game, 12:30 game. Sunderland drew 2-2 with Newcastle. Arsenal have beaten Brentford by 4-1. Aston Villa beaten Brighton 5-2. Crystal Palace and Southampton 0-0. Liverpool continue their good run. 2-0 victors over Leicester. Blackburn, though, beating Manchester City at the Etihad. That's a real shock of a result. Manchester United beating Tottenham 5-0. And Chelsea beating West Ham in the London derby by 1-0 in the 5:30 kickoff. Just our game to play. And, well, as it looks, with our game, technically our game in hand, albeit there is a game on Monday, Fulham and Leeds. But if we were to win today, we could go up to 10th place, subject, of course, to Fulham and Leeds playing their game and seeing what happens with that. A draw would be very good, because it will remain both those, and we would finish the episode in 10th place. But is that too much to ask for? Let's go and find out, and if we can punch a hole in that goal difference as well. Our opponents today, they're in 19th place. As we know, we've played them twice before last season in the Championship. Can we go and get a similar result? Albeit we're not at the Bob Lucas, we're at the new Bob Lucas today. Premier League match day 15. We welcome Bournemouth to the new Bob Lucus Stadium. And we've just tweaked the formation very slightly, gone for a little bit different today. Fedorchenko is in goal. It's G, Joe and Olsen, our defensive line. G coming in for the suspended DeBeo. Whether one of the others, I think Joe's a good header of the ball. Russell Denny and O'Grady Macken continuing that defensive midfield roles. Derry and Goke are on as they're not attacking wide attackers, but they are sort of like wide midfielders, as it were. Twine and Darcy sit behind Sager up front. Twine as the trequista, and Darcy as an attacking midfielder, and Sager up front as the advanced forward. The bench looking like this today then: Winterbottom, whoever, Patterson, Wakachu, Pedersen, Aponte, Bate, Tanner and Adamson. And here we are back at the new Bob Lucas. Lost 2, 1-2, drawn 1 of our last 5. Playing this slightly different formation today. They have 1-1, drawn 2, lost 2. Similar to us. Playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. They are in 19th place on 10 points. We are 13th on 16. And I'm not sure why we're playing in our change strip today, as we are at home. 8 minutes on the clock, our first highlight. Olsen over the ball, free kick inside their half. It goes to G. G finds Russell Denny. Russell Denny comes forward, finds Twine. Twine couldn't control that ball, but Sager having a shot, and the goalkeeper putting it wide for a corner. Goke will take the corner on this right side, into the middle, and it's headed over the top. Was Scott Twine. Didn't control this ball particularly well there, but it did fall kindly for Sager, and Prendy in the Bournemouth goal, putting it wide. 15 minutes on the clock. G bringing it out of defence. Russell Denny goes out wide to Derry. Derry comes down this left wing. Derry pulls it back inside to Russell Denny. Russell Denny was queuing up. Joe has a shot, and O'Grady Macken puts it wide. Twine with the corner on that far side. Swung in. Ooh, just wide from Russell Denny. 35 on the clock. They have a throw in. Clivert, one back by Olsen. O'Grady Macken to Olsen. Russell Denny. Joe. Russell Denny to G. Joe to Russell Denny. Russell Denny turns now. Sager. O'Grady Macken. Out wide to Gorke. Darcy. Still looking for this first goal. I thought I was going to give away. Russell Denny. Gorke. And it's gone for a corner. Pushed wide by Pedri. Twine with a corner. Near post, but it's headed clear. But only as far as Derry. Derry queues himself up. Goalkeeper makes another save. And it's Pedri in the Bournemouth goal, keeping us out at the moment. Goke. This one deep. Back post. Headed away for another corner. Pressure on Bournemouth at the moment. And we need them to creak a little bit if we can keep this pressure up. Twine. It's swung in. Goalkeeper making another save. Half-time arrives, and I'm not sure how or why we're not in front here. We've absolutely slotted them, and all I can think is their goalkeeper is just keeping us out at the moment. We've had 15 shots, of which 9 have been on target. 1.61. We should really have had 2 goals out of that. 60% of the possession. Bournemouth have had just the 1 shot, nothing on target. A 0.02 and 40% of the possession. If we come out of this and don't get a win, I think, 1, I'm going to be very disappointed, and 2, I think I might be a little bit angry. They made 1 change at half-time. First highlight, 53 minutes in. They have a free kick, and Fedorchenko puts it over for a corner. Fabio swings this one in, but Fedorchenko comes out, collects. We have a corner. Goke with the corner. Joe! Oh, I thought that was going in. And with 65 minutes on the clock, we are making 2 changes at this juncture in time. Ronan Darcy has come off. He's been replaced by Adamson. And what we've done is Gorke has gone into the attacking midfield. Twine moving over to the right. Adamson coming in on the right of the attacking on that central mid. And the other change that we've made is Wakachu comes on up front in place of the still misfiring Phil Seeger. Our biggest Achilles heel this season has been not being able to score goals. Gorke, though, out to Derry. Can this be the point that we change things? Derry crosses this ball in. Oh, my goodness, it's still not gone in. And it's that man, Pendry, in the goal again. That's the thorn in our side. Twine. Deep back post. It's headed away. And still won't go in. 73 on the clock. And we're trying all sorts and still won't go in. Derry. I think we've just been unlucky. That got a deflection. A Russell Denny with a shot, but defender and goalkeeper stopping it. Andy again making a save. And Scott Twine with the corner. 83 on the clock now. Time running out. This one deep back post. It's headed away. Wakachu is there. Wakachu to G. Twine with a corner. 88 or 89 minutes on the clock. Back post. And it still won't go in. We are either unlucky or just, and frustratingly, we have done everything that is possible. And as you will see, Prendy in the Bournemouth goal, 8.5. He's just stopped us today from getting in there at all. They've had 6 shots, 2 on target, 0.35. 39% of the possession. We've had 24 shots, 13 of which are on target, 2.79 and 61% of the possession. And we've dropped 2 points. We've got 1 point out of this episode, and it's not been good. Jesse Derry, Russell Denny, Billy G, Joe, Charlie Olsen, and Fedorchenko all having good games. But that man Prendy eclipsed everybody. Well, I think we're lacking a natural goal scorer. Sega, I'm Wackachoo, just not doing it. Chances are there, and well, we got a different caliber of goalkeepers in this division, of course, and yeah, we're just finding it extremely difficult to get ways through and trying that formation. That formation seemed to work quite well, but obviously a better side would have probably punished us and we would have lost, simply because we couldn't put our chances away. That's how we finish up then. Everybody else played before us, of course. We finish in 13th place, 17 points, a minus 11 goal difference. It's one of those, but we are still 6 points clear of the drop zone, which I suppose, if you're looking at it from that point of view, if we finish up somewhere around about 13th and 6 points clear of the drop zone, then we're okay. I did have a look back at the previous seasons, and I think somewhere between 35 and 40 points should see us safe. So we are roughly halfway, I guess. Double what we've got will be 34. Win today would have been splendid. We just need to pick up a few more wins, and especially as we go through this little spot of teams that we should be able to get results against. Blackburn and Brentford being two of those sides. Blackburn in 16th place, a trip to Ewood Park for that one, and then Brentford come to visit at the new Bob Lucus Stadium. That's in the next episode, which I hope you're going to join me for. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with everything that happens when the releases come out of this series, Bottom to the Top, and our other series, Going Dutch, as they are released. The new episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 132. It is out on Thursday next week, and I should be back on my holidays as well. Until then, goodbye.